Good morning. It's Wednesday, March 25th, 2020, day 10. Today I wanted to talk about something else first, but then last night I had a dream about being at an airport surrounded by people, and yeah, I just thought this was a signal of me missing people or being around. And I had a conversation with a friend yesterday, and yeah, it's just that all our senses now have to adjust as well, which probably will take some time. And so every day when you used to go to work, used to go to work sounds crazy, but when you used to take the train or the car or wherever you went and you drove and you had like all your senses of sight, smell, sound, taste, or touch was all, changed the whole time. Like on your way to work, for instance, let's say your way to work takes 15 minutes, right? And maybe you stop by a coffee shop or you go to a deli or something. You have all these different kind of smells that come your way that you usually don't create in your own house. And let's say you take the train, you have all these different people that you come across, and you see different people, that all the information we receive through our senses create an experience inside our bodies, in our minds. And so it creates stimuli, and all the stimuli now has been very limited to what we are exposed to. So how can we create a bigger range of stimuli inside our own homes? So one, of course, is going outside. As you might hear all the birds around me, these are type of sounds we usually don't hear as much if we're driving, because we're either having the radio on or we're listening to a radio station where they're talking, or we're talking to somebody on the train, or we're just in our own bubble. So now that we don't have that, we might be using the senses for things that we never really used them for. Or we make foods at home that we don't usually make, so we create a different smell in our surroundings. Touch, maybe we go outside and touch the ground, or things to just create a stimuli for our bodies that increases a new experience, so that we expand our knowledge and our width. Because when we're talking, like even if I have a virtual conversation with somebody, I see them, so my sights are still being engaged. But then you have a withdrawal with the smell, because usually the person might just wash their hair or has a perfume or something, even if we might not consider it a liking, maybe it's a dislike of something, but still it creates an experience. And so due to the limitation of experiences that we have, or we're only surrounded by experiences that we are familiar with, our bodies feel this lack of connection, right? And so to increase that, we have to first understand that that's actually happening. So we need to figure out, what is my usual routine before? What kind of senses do I get in touch with? So let's say you have a baby and you bring it to a daycare, right? So there you have the senses of opening the door, taking the car seat out, talking to the teachers and things like that, right? If you are going to the deli, you're having an interaction with the worker there, and again, maybe you don't drink coffee and there is this coffee smell, but it still has an effect on you, or vice versa, right? You drink the coffee, but at home you don't make that same smell of coffee. So there are so many different things. So the idea of today's thought of the day is to go back and figure out, what are the senses that I have or had that I'm missing now, that my body may crave, but we don't realize we are. And so go ahead, figure out what your senses are, the missing senses, and create new ones for the upcoming days and weeks and however long this shall be. All right, I wish you a wonderful day. Take care.